Hello guys, welcome back. Now today, we have a new trade to announce between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Los Angeles Kings. A trade was just announced a few minutes ago, sending Tanner Pearson to the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for Carl Hagelin to the Los Angeles Kings. We'll get into all the details of this trade and of course what I think about this trade in this video. So today was a pretty usual day. I was checking my Twitter, scouring hockey Twitter, and boom, Bob McKenzie just drops a big bomb that apparently we're about to get something. Now, I think Jim Rutherford was just extended this morning, and after his press conference, he said that something was coming. And that sparked all the rumors, and of course, here we are right now. We get bits and pieces of information little by little until ultimately you get the final details, and while it might be simple on paper, I think this trade could be very interesting for both teams involved. So let's get into the trade details. Now, of course, the Los Angeles Kings and the Pittsburgh Penguins, both teams have been in the NHL trade rumors for quite a while now. Guys like Daniel Sprong on Pittsburgh and some other notable guys on LA. These two teams have been involved in the rumors, and having them together in a trade is not really surprising. To the Pittsburgh Penguins, Los Angeles Kings forward goes and gets shipped off, Tanner Pearson, and in exchange to the LA Kings, you got Carl Hagelin. Now, there's a little bit more details on this side of things when it comes to LA. $250,000 are retained by the Pittsburgh Penguins, so that basically evens out the salaries for both the squads here. And of course, this is a one-for-one trade, so I think Pittsburgh wanted to make it as one-for-one as possible, and they give $250,000 to LA. So this is pretty much as much of a one-to-one deal as we get. Both players have the same amount of salary, and both are kind of underperforming on their teams. Now, when we get into the stats of both players, they're not really pretty. Both players have heavily underperformed on their teams, and I think the scenery and the change of scenery for both players is going to be really, really good for both players involved. And having the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Los Angeles Kings in one trade deal really does make sense, and these two players, in all honesty, are not that surprising. And both of these guys have been in the rumors for quite a while now. Now, for Carl Hagelin's season so far, it has not been what really was expected from him in the Pittsburgh Penguins. So far, he's played 16 games, has had 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Not a player that was 2 years ago. It seems like Carl Hagelin has pretty much vastly dropped off a cliff production-wise, and this season, he's been pretty much non-existent, pretty much invisible if you watch any Pittsburgh Penguins games. So I think having that change of scenery is going to be good for him. He did win those 2 Stanley Cups with Pittsburgh, so he's got the time with Pittsburgh, and of course he's a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, so that he has that to his name. But right now he was just not working with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and with LA, while they might be a slower team, Carl Hagelin will definitely help that team to get just a little bit faster there. And on to Tanner Pearson's side of things, he has also not played good at all. In 17 games so far, he has 1 assist. Yeah. 1 measly assist, and with the LA Kings, he has just been pretty much invisible throughout the whole season. Now, I really like Tanner Pearson. I really like how he played in the last couple of years, but this season so far at least, with LA Kings, he has been absolutely atrocious. He's been invisible, and while he's gotten some chances, he's just been not able to convert. So while I think he has been snake-bitten a little bit, that still doesn't excuse having 1 point in 17 games. He needs to do a lot better, and as a guy that I think has potential to be a top 6 guy, he's going to get a massive opportunity in Pittsburgh to really right his career. I mean, at age 26, this is a pivotal part of his career to prove himself for the rest of maybe 10 years, the rest of his NHL career. And going back to Carl Hagelin, it's kind of sad to see the fall from grace that he had. I remember him being so good in the 2016 NHL playoffs with Pittsburgh, of course winning the Stanley Cup. I thought he was amazing in that. The 2017 season, he was okay. Last season, he was still okay. And then this season, he's practically fallen off a cliff. And for Carl Hagelin, I think it makes sense that he should go to another scene, another team. I think it'll be the best for his career. And while he's not getting any younger, he's at age 30, I think he'll bring a lot to the LA Kings squad. While they're in the dumpster right now, I feel like he can bring a lot of speed and a lot of skill to a team that really, really needs it. On the other hand, I think Tanner Pearson has a major opportunity to get some good minutes with some great players in Pittsburgh. It will depend on where he gets played, but I'm hoping it's not the same situation as Derek Brassard where they just crunch him into the lineup. I'm hoping that they give him some opportunities with Crosby, give him some opportunities with Malkin, and I think that'll definitely help him in the long run. Again, he's at age 26, so he's still relatively young, and he's had a decent career up to this point, but so far this season it's not been what it's needed to be, and going to Pittsburgh, he's going to get a massive opportunity to show his offensive skills. So for me, I think this trade makes sense for both teams involved. They get two snake-bitten players that might be a lot better on next teams. And for me, I feel like it's a good fit for both teams. Carl Hagelin is going to bring some speed and some skill to LA, while Tanner Pearson is going to bring some more offensive skill and some more all-around game to Pittsburgh. I think it works well in the long run for both teams involved here, and having that 1-for-1. While at first I thought Pittsburgh might have lost this trade, I think it makes sense for both teams involved. And right now, I don't feel like there's a clear winner. Now, if I'm going to give a clear winner in this trade right now, I'm going to say the Pittsburgh Penguins, mainly because of Carl Hagelin and just how he's not been able to fit in the last couple of years. Shipping off for a guy that could really work well in their top six, I think is very valuable. And of course, I think he brings a lot of defensive game. I think he brings a lot of that defensive mindset from LA. And we've seen Pittsburgh so far this season, they need some of that defensive skill. And right now, I feel like Tanner Pearson can bring that. So if I had to give an edge to a team here, I'd say the Pittsburgh Penguins, but then again, Carl Hagelin could be a great fit in LA and really turn the tide for some of that offense, so I'm really conflicted here. But if I'm going to choose a team, I'm going to choose the Pittsburgh Penguins to win this trade. I like Tanner Pearson on that team, so I'm going to say that Pittsburgh wins that trade. Let's see if that holds up, shall we? But of course, with these trade discussion videos, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this trade for the Pittsburgh Penguins for Los Angeles Kings? Do you think it makes sense? Do you like the players involved? And ultimately, which team do you think won this trade? Now, if you want some more Grav goodness, you can watch this video where I talk about 5 NHL rookies that are disappointing me so far. But that's going for it, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.